guys, so it's been a while since I've done a video like this, but it's been on my mind for a while, and it's talking about girl stuff, so if you're a guy, I would stay tuned because it's still going to be pretty interesting, but this is mostly for the ladies out there. But guys, if you want some insight into how this works, you better freaking watch this video. So I want to start this topic off by talking about Bristol Palin. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry to bring up the Palins. I know everybody loves Sarah Palin and everything, and she's just great in Russia and all that. But Bristol Palin, her daughter, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, got pregnant very young out of wedlock and is an advocate for abstinence somehow at the same time. Now, I don't know if she necessarily says that she's an advocate for abstinence because she does just talk about how she was a teen mom and how she recommends other girls not get into that situation. But the method for which she recommends that is abstinence. And she has made over $300,000 in her career speaking about this, and just got pregnant again with her second child, and she's not married. Now, I'm not trying to harp on her for getting pregnant out of wedlock. It happens to so many girls out there. But if you're going to advocate for abstinence, that's where I take an issue. I take an issue whenever you go out of your way to make other people feel bad about the life that they're living and guilt them into not having sex, which is a normal thing that everyone does. If you do that to people and yet can't follow your own advice, that really pisses me off. It's entirely hypocritical. And what's worse is she's come out with a couple of statements about this pregnancy that are just awful. Honestly, I've been trying my hardest to keep my chin up on this one. I know this has been and will be a huge disappointment to my family, to my close friends, and to many of you. Yeah, hi, this kid was a mistake, and, I guess I'm just not thinking into the future that maybe they'll go online and see that you said that. I do not want any lectures, and I do not want any sympathy. You don't want lectures? Really? Are you sure you don't want lectures like maybe one of the ones that you've been giving people over the years about not having sex? Maybe you should promote something realistic, not abstinence, but contraception. Hey kids, if you're gonna do stuff, if you're gonna have sex, use a condom, use protection. Girls, get on birth control. There's nothing wrong with birth control. Why is there a negative stigma? This is my pack right here. I take birth control because guess what? I don't want to get pregnant. Am I gonna be abstinent? No, so I take the proper precautions. This should be like a no-brainer for most people, but the religious right often just needs to promote abstinence because that works, right? They need to get a clue, or they literally need to get Clue. So I recently downloaded this app called Clue, and I love it. It helps me track my period, and it keeps all my shit together. Welcome to Clue, the science of your cycle. I'm new. All right, clicking that. Do you know about how long your period lasts? Yes, for me, because I take this, I'm lucky. I only have I'm sorry for the guys out there watching this. My period lasts 3 days. I love it. Sometimes less, sometimes it's only 2. It's like there and then it's gone, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And the only reason why it's like that is because I take these damn things. I would take these even if I weren't having sex, because guess what? Who likes to have periods that last forever and make you uncomfortable and cause pain? They suck. So yeah, 3 days. And then it gives you some cool information. The period length you selected, 3 days, is within the typical range. Yay, I'm normal. Do you experience PMS? Uh-oh. Yeah, about once a month. I apologize to anyone that knows me personally. I'm psycho. Yay, more information. And then, and then it sets you a reminder. So you can be reminded, hey, you're about to start your period, So bring stuff that you might need if you, And then after you answer all the questions, it shows you what your cycle looks like. Now this can be helpful for people who are trying to get pregnant. You can see when you're ovulating, and if you're trying to not get pregnant, then you can try to not have sex during that period, but please don't make that the only form of birth control. Just not having sex around ovulation is not gonna work. Even if you're on your period, you can still get pregnant. So don't try to time it out. Use a condom and use freaking birth control, okay? This app is free. It's available on iOS and Android. I really love it. And if you take birth control, it can even set reminders for you every day so that you don't forget to take your pill. It's amazing. So maybe if Bristol Palin had Clue, she would have had a clue of when to not have sex and maybe to use a freaking pill, because babies happen. So aside from the message of being aware of your own body and taking proper precautions and planning things out and taking pills and using condoms, and also don't forget there's STDs out there, so use a condom even if you're taking a pill. It's seriously not worth it. People live with the mentality that it's not gonna happen to me. I trust this person and this person trusts me, And a lot of times people aren't, you know, if you're not dating someone particularly, you're not sleeping with just one person, so then you sleep with other people and all, but I trust them too. Don't do that. And I've heard so many different things from people, and I went to medical school and I saw some pretty gross things. You know, just don't risk it. Don't have that mentality. It's not gonna happen to me whenever it comes to STDs or whenever it comes to preventing pregnancy, because I'm pretty sure Bristol Palin wasn't expecting to get pregnant again. But anyways, super sidetracked there. The other message I want to push, aside from STDs, aside from pregnancy, is, like I said earlier, even if I weren't having sex, even if that were the last thing on my mind, which sometimes it is anyways, I would still take the pill. If there were no men left on this planet, I would still take birth control because, like I said, my periods are super short. Cramps are almost gone. I get them for a couple hours right before instead of the days preceding and leading up to it and feeling bloated and disgusting. I used to get migraines, really bad migraines. I've never gotten one of those ever. I've been on the pill for like 10 years now and I feel great. I haven't had any weird side effects. I'm still normal. It's great. Your cycle is 28 days. You can totally predict it. You can plan ahead. And there are a lot of health benefits. For example, if your cycle is longer than 35 days, then you're probably not producing enough progesterone. It decreases the lining in the uterus. It prevents it from overgrowing pretty much. And if you have too much of a lining there, whenever you do actually get your period and all of that sheds, it takes longer, it's heavier, it's more painful. So taking the pill introduces more progesterone into your system so that you shed faster, it's lighter, less pain, it's amazing. And it also prevents endometriosis. And if you're not sure what endometriosis is, that's whenever the lining of the uterus actually happens outside of the uterus. Same thing, progesterone prevents that from growing. It prevents a lot of different things. And if you have too much tissue growing, it can lead to abnormal changes. It could possibly lead to cancer. So birth control is known to prevent different forms of cancer. Mostly ovarian cancer and uterine cancer. It also prevents against PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. It can treat acne. I haven't had breakouts since I started my period whenever I was little. Once I started taking birth control, my skin completely cleared up. So that's another benefit. No sex, still no acne, would keep taking this even if there weren't any dudes, because now my face is healthy. I think. Ugh. And it can also treat for other side effects that you don't want, from abnormal hormone levels like hirsutism, which is excess hair, or alopecia, which is hair loss. And for me personally, it's kept my emotions in check. I have less highs and lows. I feel more stable and normal. So it's honestly an awesome freaking thing to have. I wish more people would take it. I wish there weren't such a stigma against taking it. I wish more people who were religious didn't put that kind of thing down, because it works. And it's important to be aware of what's going on in your body and not just rely on the timing of things or expect that you're going to be abstinent, because as much as that, I mean, obviously is 100% effective if you don't have sex, people aren't able to do that most of the time, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having sex, just please be safe when you do it. Anyways, that's my rant on that. If you're interested in downloading Clue, the period tracking app that I was talking about earlier, I will have a link to it in the description below. Share this video with a friend of yours if they're a girl and they're struggling with this kind of thing, or if they're a guy and they're just confused about how our complicated bodies work. Let me know if you guys like this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Like it, share it everywhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.